This is the euro pound on the 5-minute time frame, and there is a wedge pattern that's set up. It's quite a nice looking one as well. We've got 3 touches either side. We've got a nice directional pole, a fairly good, well, an okay risk to reward, risking 16 pips here for 22. I will do the high time frame analysis just before I do that, so that you can see it here. We've got a lovely 3 candle pole, nice directional. You can see that we've got nice fluid movement within the channel as we're coiling here, ready for the breakout, hopefully to the upside. And you can see here that we've had 3 touches along the top, 3 touches along the bottom, and these patterns are valid for me from within this area, from the 3rd touch, really, from the where it's coiling to the start of the trend line, basically. So I've actually gone 6 pips below the low here. Targets are a 127 extension, and I'm front running by 1 pip, and that 127 does actually come in right up here at the top of our structure level. So what I'll do is I'll just delete everything off, remove the orders, and take a look at this using the high time frame analysis. The dailies and the 240 won't really have that much of an impact based on the 5 minutes, but nevertheless, what we've been doing here really is we were in trend to the downside, new structure low, outside return, new structure low. We did then double bottom, and we did come down to not quite retest the lows, but we've come down to that area, and then we've actually broken again to the upside. So technically I'd only be looking here for shorting opportunities, but we have just about touched this VS1 level, so not really too much here for me on the daily time frame. One thing actually, it's now 8 o'clock at night, there's 2 hours to go until the daily candle closes, and here on the daily you can see that we've had this quite big spike down, and we're holding this area currently. So since there's only 2 hours to go, it's looking like this is going to be a hammer, some form of a rejection candle here, indicating that we could see, for the short term anyway, a little bit of bullish movement here on the 240. This actually shows that we had a break below this level, so we came down here, pull back, and then we actually broke to the downside. Just within this, the daily the 4-hour candles here have actually come up to retest the highs here, so there really isn't a great deal here for me. If anything on this time frame, I'd maybe be looking for a little shorting opportunity up at that level, but again, not really anything I can trade here. And as we look at this on the 60, slightly different story here. These candle highs here have not actually tested the body highs up here, and you can see right here we have a big wick, then we have another wick, which is giving us a hammer, and then really just an indecision candle. So right now, just indecision at this stage. Let's go to the 15. And not really too much here again, other than the fact that you can see that consolidation there. So nice looking wedge pattern here, 16 pips for 22. I'll just draw this out again. Okay, there we go. Trade has now been drawn out, currently 1 pip up, so 16 pips for 22. And we're back for an update on this trade. There is some news out in 7 minutes, so I'm doing the update now just in case the market rallies one way or the other. You can see that we have been slowly drifting up, currently 12 pips up on this trade. Let's just go to the 15, might be able to see this a little better. You can see now we've just put in a new high here, which is a good indication. So we've broken out the channel, we've put in a new high. I have no way of moving my stop loss at the moment, so this could just be a trade that I just have to leave during this news event for it to hit the targets or the stop loss. And we're back here for an update, currently 21 pips up. We've got 1 pip to go on this trade until targets have been hit. So what I'm just going to do now is I am going to go ahead here and move a couple of pips past break even. Lovely looking trade this. Hardly went into a raise, which is unusual. With these types of wedges we typically see this area tested before we go on up to hit targets, but on this we've just slowly drifted up, and now we are actually making our way up here. I am front running this by 1 pip, so yep, this will be a nice win for 22 pips if we can push up that little bit more. Okay, I've just resumed the video and we can see now that we have pushed up and hit those targets for 22 pips. What a lovely trade on the euro pound.